Hey guys, okay, I've been trying to get Facebook Live to work for like the past hour and it's not. So I'm just going to do a video because now I've been blocked from using the live feature for trying too hard. So that's fun. Anyway, I wanted to talk real quick about conversations, starting conversations, inviting, and challenge groups. And I think that starting conversations is one of my strong suits because when I first got into the business, I'm a talker. Like, I'm a huge talker. Like, I go anywhere and I talk. I go to the grocery store, I talk to the cashier, the bagger, everybody. I'm constantly starting new conversations, and that's just who I am. I've always been that way. I was the kid in class that the teacher had to move because she talked too much. And then I yelled across the room and was like, "You think moving me is gonna help, but it doesn't." No, not that bad. But anyway, starting up new conversations has always been kind of easy to me. I try and just get a feel for the person and connect with the person on just mutual things that we are interested in. Like, I do Elf on the Shelf. So if I see somebody doing Elf on the Shelf, I'll message them and be like, "Hey, I'm kind of running low on ideas. I see you do Elf on the Shelf too. Do you have any ideas for me?" Or, you know, I'll just see someone is interested in a lot of the same things that I'm interested in. And so I'll shoot them a message and start up a conversation, just, you know, trying to get to know the person. And I mean, if it's a person that I've known, a lot of the people that I have on my Facebook are people that I've known like from high school or mom groups or, you know, things like that. So I know that we have things in common. So I'll just start up conversations with them like, "Hey, I haven't seen you since, you know, we went to this mom group at the yoga class. How have you been? Blah, blah, blah. You know, are you still staying with yoga? Are you working on your fitness? What are you doing? How are the kids?" You know, things like that. And 9 times out of 10, the people message me back and they're like, "Hey, I've been doing good. How are you?" And that kind of just opens up the door for, you know, just bringing up Beachbody. Like, "Oh, you know, just the same, you know, working with Beachbody, boys started school, blah, blah, blah," you know. And I always try to start conversations with people before I invite them to anything. I think I've done cold invites like, maybe like 10 times, like a handful of times. A couple times when Nikki has challenged us to, you know, just send out a bunch of invitations. And it's not like, you know, "Hey, I've never spoken to you before. I'm going to send you an invitation to jump into my group." But cold invites are kind of where I get uncomfortable, and I know I need to do more of those. But I always start a relationship with people before I invite them to things. And that's just because I don't want people to feel like I'm friend requesting them just to get them into Beachbody, just to get them to work out and things like that, because it's not always my intentions. My intentions are to build relationships with people, and that's kind of what I go for. I do post a lot of my workouts and stuff on my Facebook all the time because I want people to see that I'm, you know, doing the stuff. But, you know, if I'm getting friend requests from people, a lot of the times I'll check out like who they are. Like, do I even know you? And I know a lot of people do that. I'll check out and I'll be like, you know, "Do I know you? Mutual friends, blah, blah, blah." And a lot of the times, like, I'll see that they're different, like, different MLM people. And a lot of times I'm like, no. But sometimes I will add people. If I see that they're part of Beachbody, or, you know, some mutual friends have them, and I think that, you know, it'd be cool to know them. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, but starting conversations, it's kind of, you just have to get out of your own way. You know, you just send someone a message, "Hey, how have you been? I saw that, you know, Margot had her shots today. How is she handling it?" Or something, you know. Just bring up something, or, you know, comment and interact on their posts, and then one day, you know, send them a message, try and get that relationship going. A lot of the times, people will bring up Beachbody to me. Like, it's surprising when you start conversations and, you know, build relationships. A lot of the times people will bring up Beachbody to you, and that kind of makes it a little bit easier to talk about, I think. You know, like sometimes I'll just be like, hey, how are you? I saw this happen. You know, how are you handling that? Or what are you doing? You know, things like that. And then they'll be like, oh, I'm doing all right. You know, blah, blah, blah. They'll explain the situation. And then they'll ask me, like, they'll be like, oh, I see that, you know, you're still killing it with your Beachbody workouts. How is that? You know, how are things going for you? And I'll let them know, like, you know, thanks. I try to stay consistent with posting so that people see that I'm not just talking about Beachbody workouts and that I'm actually doing them. And I will, you know, ask them if they're interested in anything, like, oh, hey, I have a challenge group coming up. Maybe that's something you're interested in. I have this group starting that is like the free trial of BOD. And that's honestly like my #1 thing that I advertise to people, because BOD is like legendary. Like, it's the best thing ever. Did you know they have guided meditation on there? I did not know that. See, like, I'm learning something new every day. But anyway, when I bring up my challenge groups to people, in the beginning I was very like standoffish about trying to sell to people. Like, I would be like, oh, I know it's kind of expensive, but I recommend this. And this was when we were doing the DVDs, and it was like, you pick the DVD that you think you're most interested in, and you buy Shakeology and you get the challenge pack. But now I did a call with Allison, and she talked to me about, you know, not belittling your, the value of what it is. So if you present to them the, not the most expensive option, but the option that you think is the best value and bang for your buck, a lot of the times people will lean towards that. I can't remember exactly how she explained it, but it's kind of like when you go into the gym and you start off with a 15-pound weight, you grab that 15-pound weight and it's not that heavy. But if you were to go in the gym and you grabbed an 8-pound weight and you started off with an 8-pound weight and then you switch to 15-pound weight, it's like that 15-pound is super heavy, right? So when you present this option to them, like, you know, the like, for example, the 80-day obsession packs, I can't remember the exact pricing. It's like $300 or something like that. But if you were to present them with that option, so I think this is the best option. It comes with this, 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 and this. And then they're like, you know, oh, it's kind of a little pricey. Sometimes they'll give you a little feedback and they're like, I don't know if I can afford that. And then you go to the next best option. Okay, well, if that isn't, what's best for you, maybe this is. And then you present them the $160 challenge pack option, which is the BOD and the Shakeology and all of that. Whereas before I was like, you could do, the year of BOD for $99. And maybe if you want to try Shakeology, you can do, the $160 challenge pack. But if you go in presenting them with the $160 challenge pack first as the best option, you're not underselling what you have to offer. And honestly, the $160 challenge pack, we all know is the best option. You get the Shakeology, you get the access to BOD all year long. I think that kind of went off topic of starting conversations and inviting people. But inviting people, most of the time you're inviting to your paid challenge groups. And that's just what it is. A lot of the times you advertise on your Facebook for your free groups, and people are like, oh, hey, add me, and you add them, but then you want to build upon those relationships with the people in the free group. Like they'll see, oh, this was a pretty good group. And then you tell them what else you have to offer with your challenge groups. And so for me, I don't know where I am anymore. I'm kind of rambling. For me, starting up conversations with people is just something that comes naturally to me. I'm a talker. I like to question people. If I see somebody sitting somewhere, oh, hey, what are you doing over here? Have you lived in the area for a long time? That's just who I am. I'm a busybody. I'm nosy. I can be nosy. Anyway, so I just wanted to hop on real quick and give you guys a few tips for starting up new conversations with people. Just find common interests, mutual things that you guys have in common. You know, start relationships with people before you just invite them. Sometimes cold invites are great. You know, I get a lot of cold invites sometimes still too, like people with Unique and Jamberry, LuLaRoe. You know, actually LuLaRoe people don't invite you, they just add you. So that's, anyway. But I do still get like a lot of Usborn, is that how you say it? Books where people will message me and they'll be like, I started up this, I'm doing this, would you like to be added to my group? You know, those cold invites are necessary sometimes. So, you know, make sure you keep that as part of your routine, like, you know, doing 5 cold invites a week. That's what my goal is, 5 to 10 cold invites a week. And I'm writing that down and tracking that and making sure I actually do it instead of just saying I'm going to do it and not do it. But for people that you're wanting to build relationships with and wanting to, you know, be on this journey with, just make sure that you start up conversations with them as, you know, as a friend and not as like presenting yourself as, you know, a salesperson. You know, you want to build a relationship and build respect between the two of you before you present the opportunity. That's how I've always gone about it. And that's what I think one of my strengths is. So yeah, I hope this helps. And I hope I'm able to upload this video to Facebook because Facebook doesn't like me right now. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day.